hello, all you lovely people. Welcome to Turn Up the Radio. I'm RadioRayes, joined by my lovely co-host Hypabolic.
Hello.
And today we are met with Jumbo, aka Desiko. Tell us about yourself, sir.
Heyo, heyo. Hello, Turn Up the Radio gang. Hello, people watching. My name is Jumbo, or Desiko, or Jumborb. I don't know.
Yep.
But, basically, I'm an artist. I've been drawing for, if I'm remembering correctly, 13 years as of this point. I always say 10 because that just sounds like a better number. I'm a YouTuber, an aspiring YouTuber, possibly an entrepreneur. I kind of want to get into that.
Oh yeah.
A possible musician too,
Ooh.
and a pretty
Special.
wacky dude. If you
Jack of
will.
all trades, I
A
see.
jack of all trades. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I'm everything. I'm him.
The Jumbo of all
You
trades,
are
finally.
that guy, bro.
He is that
Yeah.
My first question for you, sir. What got you started?
Ooh, what got me started? Okay, let me think. It's been a long while, as you guys know. I've been doing this for 13 years, specifically drawing only. I'd say I've had like a pretty, wouldn't say maybe interesting, but I guess yeah. I guess I had an interesting story, I suppose. I guess it started when I was like 4, back when I was still a wee little lad, as some might say.
Little lad.
A wee little lad. My 4-year-old brain was just learning about random things, and all of a sudden, I saw my older brother just scribbling on a piece of paper. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Of course, I didn't say that because I didn't know what the hell it even meant. I was probably like, "Hey," or say nothing. I don't know, but I saw what he was doing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he was drawing a bird. I can't remember what it was or what type of bird, but I'm pretty sure it was a bird. And at the time, I was super into like Lego. I don't know why, but Lego is Lego, and Lego's pretty cool. And so I was like, that looks pretty cool. Of course, I didn't say that obviously because I don't know I didn't know how to words properly. I kind of just copied him. I just copied whatever he was drawing. I was like, I want to just spend time with my older brother, and that kind of just kept repeating. And over time, there were points where I started doing it on my own. And then that's when I believe the Lego movie, the first one, the very first one that came out, I got like a Lego set for it. And I was like, I really want to, for some reason, just draw Emmett, if you remember his name, which is the guy, the main character.
Oh
And
yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
I ended up tracing the cover on like a piece of paper. And for some reason, in that very moment, I believe, it just kind of like clicked. I don't know what happened in that point, but I just started drawing a lot more. And I remember very vividly, in grade 1 and 2, I drew every single person in my class. It looked horrible, but I drew every single person in my class. I was known as the art kid, and even the teacher knew I was like the art kid, and everyone liked me, which is kind of crazy. I don't know. Art kids tend to, get pushed aside, so it's like it was really cool. And eventually, I kind of just kept going and going. I had a sketchbook, my very first sketchbook. I made a very big mistake of giving it to a friend that I don't have a connection to anymore. So I don't have, unfortunately, my very like early sketches. A lot of them were Five Nights at Freddy's related because I was a huge FNAF fan. I kind of still am now, not as much as I used to be,
Of course.
but it's still
Of
pretty
course.
cool. And
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I want to be.
I just don't get it.
Why would you want to stay? I kind of just kept going and going, and eventually it came to a point where I was like on YouTube and I was watching people like make all these like drawings and stuff and like painting and whatnot, and then people were like doing them at super fast speeds, and I was like, how the hell are you doing that? I was like, oh wait. At the time I wanted to become a YouTuber, so obviously I knew about editing, and so I knew you could speed up things, and I was like, how do you do that? How do you like speed up a thing with like it looking really nice? And so then I got into like digital drawing, and I remember wanting a drawing pad so bad. I remember like trying to learn with my mouse, but it was, well, unless you're a god,
Oh,
drawing with a mouse is
God.
god awful.
I don't know how people do it, dude.
There are people that
They're
do that, and
insane.
it's like, what? how do you draw with the mouse? There's like no stability on
fuck.
that at all.
Fuck, there's this one pixel artist that I saw on Twitter that did this really sick art with like a mouse. I wonder if I have it in my lights. If I do, I'll pop it in the stream. But it was so sick. I don't know how they do it, dude.
Yeah, but I really wanted that drawing pad. Back going back to what I said, and for Christmas, I don't remember which. I think it was either 2017 or 2016, where I got my first drawing tablet, in which I don't have anymore because I broke it. I don't know how I did this, but I did it. But I vividly remember my very first drawing. There was like no line art. The only person there was me, and it did not look like me. I might try and replicate it just to like give an accurate depiction of my first like startings as a digital artist.
It has to be in Microsoft Paint. And it has to be absolutely
yes, it
beautiful.
has to be in Microsoft. No, it was in Paint Tool Sci. Paint Tool Sci. That was my first ever one. My first ever drawing. Actually, no, I think my second, because I remember trying a different one. I don't remember the names of them, but yeah,
Listen, we don't talk about my first digital drawing.
No, we do.
No, we do not.
But I basically just kept going and going. Then I got into Undertale and then Cuphead. I eventually started like doing full pieces. I would print them out and I would students share them in class. My teacher even took one and like hung it up somewhere because she liked it a lot. It was about Cuphead, which she had no idea what was about at all. Knowing now that has to do with like gambling and the devil and all that stuff. It's like, okay,
They're not real. They're not real.
they're not real. But Friday Night Funkin' appeared, of course.
Oh my.
Oh me, oh my.
We lost 10,000 viewers, guys.
No!
Well,
They're gone!
Again, we lost them again.
The non-existent 10,000 viewers. What a shame.
Man, you didn't have to call us out like that.
one day.
One
One day we'll get
One
there.
day, it'll happen. I'm
We
sure.
can dream big.
But at the time I was super into Corey X Kenshin. His videos were super fun.
Oh,
At least they still are.
Corey Kenshin.
And
Yeah.
I'm still waiting
He's
for him
my
to come
man.
back. Come back.
he always takes like 4-month breaks. It's
I know.
So funny.
Although every single time he comes back, it's always a banger episode. He got into Friday Night Funkin' as well, and I was like, this looks kind of stupid. I can't lie. I can't even lie. I didn't think it was like cool. I was like, what the hell is this? And so I didn't watch it until I saw one of my friends playing it. I was like, what is this game? He's like, oh, it's Friday Night Funkin'. I was like, oh wait, it's that one game he was playing. And so I was watching him play, and I was like, I bet I could do that. I proceeded to fail like 20 times on Bopey Bo the first week of that week, and then I started watching the series that Corey would play, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then week 7 came out, and it's like, this is actually so cool. I love the music. I don't know why, even though it's just like random vowels and stuff like that. People would make fun of it, saying like freaking pots and pan music. I don't know.
Beep boop bop.
I don't know what about it, but it just gravitated me in, and as time went on, the community became more involved in like modding. Witty came out, Tricky came out, Metafight Masses, and all that other stuff. It just kind of exploded, and then like, Gotti came out. Soon enough, there came to a point where I wanted to make my own mod with my friends that I don't really talk to that much anymore. I have a lot of friend circles, that of which I've left and still are in. We wanted to make a mod, like freaking. It was the same stupid stuff that, well, not necessarily stupid, but like if you've seen the longest solo evers or Dean's like videos on like why no one wants to join your FNF team, it was too big, too many things and stuff like that. Of course, I was the only one making true progress. I would like sketch characters and stuff like that, all full color palettes and stuff like that. It never came to fruition, unfortunately. But then I just kept going though. Like I just want to make something, and so I was like, how do I add a character into Friday Night Funkin'? And so I was just searching it up. I was like, dude, this is so complicated. And then Psych Engine came up, and that's when I started to really elevate my art style and stuff like that. I'll put up, well, Radio will pull up a screen of my first ever reskin, which will become much more important later on in my amazing art story that has been going on for about 14 minutes now. But it was a Gotti because I really loved his whole aesthetic, his songs and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Innuendo is kind of a weird person, but yeah, it's unfortunate. But it was my first ever like reskin of me putting my own work into the game and seeing it work. It's unlisted and privated, but just for this video, I'm gonna have Radio put up a little clip of it in game with all the poses and stuff like my first ever reskin. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
send it
think
in
I
the
saw
thing.
it before.
Did you? Because I don't think I
Yeah,
ever
because you
posted it.
compared. Maybe I thought I saw like you drew a newer one before like all the Innuendo stuff happened.
No. It was before the old one I sent you. It was even before that.
There was another.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
another. I
okay.
made four, I believe. Four versions of Agati. The latest one that I have is the one I'm keeping.
That's a lot of
It's
them.
it's my favorite version. But yeah, it just kind of just kept going and going, and then I found Longest Solo Ever, and then more FNF mods came out, and then like Void, my favorite like of all time. That's when I truly started to like get out there, cause I've been wanting to be a YouTuber for like 7 years at this point. I'm 14 at this point, and so I'm like,
Mini man.
yeah, I'm uh I'm like, I wanna share my stuff, and at the time I was super proud of my Void reskin, which looking back is absolutely horrendous. I don't know what I was thinking. Freaking shading the line art, it's freaking stupid. But I really liked it at the time, and I posted it, and day after day got hundreds and hundreds of views. After a week, it had 1,000, which was crazy to me.
Whoa.
The first time ever.
Okay.
I was not expecting it to pop off at all. All I had the idea in mind was like, I'll get 100 videos out, I'll gain experience, maybe grow a community a little bit, 100 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year. It was like just simple stuff. By the end of the week, I had over 100 subscribers, and I was growing, and then I posted speed paints and another reskin, which got like, I don't know how many views, but as of right now, it's currently sitting at 13K. The Void one previously, which is now unlisted because I have a new Void stuff coming out, has 20K views, which is insane. And then over time, I just kind of just kept growing and like expanding on my art and stuff like that. And then I entered the longest Discord ever's, longest solo ever's Discord, in which I really started to improve, which was when I uploaded when I was working on my last determined reskin, which is still one of my favorites. I'm so glad it has over like 10K now, 11K at this point, I think. I started like meeting a bunch of different people, and then I met Hypa. At the time was Salty Fox. uh,
Yeah, that was a thing that
yeah,
happened.
that was the thing that happened.
Ah, yeah.
And over
You
time,
pretend it's not real.
yeah, over time I would like stream myself in the art VC. Like 10 people would join me every single time. One of them every now and then being RadioRayes, the one
That's
that's
me.
yeah, turn up the radio, let's go this
That
channel.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I got invited to a mod team versus Juhin, and then at the time versus SDN, which is now unfortunately not happening. But at this point, we've basically reached the point where we are right now, where I'm still currently expanding my art. I'd say it's safe to say for now, I found my specific art style. My like kind of graffiti-ish, cartoony. Not necessarily realistic, but super also realistic at the same time. Proportions and all that stuff, but also not.
Yeah, kind of like a semi-realism. Would you
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. It's also very like
Yeah, yeah.
very stylistic, old school type stuff. I like the sketchiness and stuff. And yeah, as of right now, I'm currently working on my own personal mod with Kerberman, Curbs 14. Wait, what? 4115?
Hey,
Who was
that guy from
interviewed
last time.
last time?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that
I know
guy.
that man.
Versus Jumi, and
I know that
yeah,
man.
that's where we are right now. A one-shot mod, and it's gonna be great. That's where we are right now.
Hell yeah.
Would you say there's like a specific way you found your art style? Was it just like a gradual thing? Like,
I'd most
you study other
definitely
artists?
say it was a gradual thing. I did study art. Well, I didn't really study, but I definitely looked at a lot of other artists' like styles and whatnot. A common thing I do is that I don't like openly search out for art, but when I see ones that I like, most of the times they have a really specific thing about them, and I always try and keep a mental image of what that thing is, and I always try to implement it into my art. For liner, I always thought like the inside was like kind of slim, the outside was bold. I always liked
Yeah.
that, and so I kind of implemented that into it, but then I kind of grew out of it and left it all one single like size, and then over time to where I am right now, certain points would be thicker than others, and it would kind of have like a more poppy feel. It would be more sketchy like, because I kind of prefer sketching and over the finished line art, to be honest. Sometimes for some reason sketching always looks better than the final piece. I don't know why.
Same.
Yeah. I'd say it's most definitely a gradual thing that I for my art style. Uh, it's definitely evolving, and I don't think I'm ever gonna find a distinct art style. I honestly don't think that's ever gonna happen, because as much as I think I'm gonna have a specific thing about my art that'll make it recognizable as my art, it'll always keep evolving and stuff,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
more
Oh
techniques
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Art is a journey. There's
And
never.
Absolutely.
ever
It's a journey with
evolving,
no end. Like
yeah, an ever evolving
there's
journey.
yeah. It's from point A to
Point
nowhere really.
where? Point there. It's A to there. Wherever there is.
What would you say are your biggest inspirations?
My biggest inspirations. I don't actually look up to a lot of people. Um, and I don't have a
I'm right
whole.
here, man. I can't believe this. I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding.
I'm sorry. No.
No, I'm just joking around.
But I don't have a lot of inspirations. Most of them, they kind of just linger in my mind. Not exactly who they are, but more like what they do. And it's why I have a bad time remembering names of artists and so many people. But the biggest one obviously for YouTube specifically is Corey X Kenshin. He's just really
Oh yeah.
cool, and I kind of want to be that like wholesome but also super cool guy, you know. Not to be like, oh, I'm the best, whatever, but just to, I don't know, like with my art channel and stuff like that. I thought about it and like, what does my content give to like the people that watch it? And obviously, I want them to be like kind of wowed and what like, oh, that's so cool, you're pretty good at art, whatever. But I also at the same time want to like, I haven't made the video yet, but I kind of want to go over like how I got to where I am, and I want to like inspire people almost at the same time, if I can, to maybe like if they thought about art once, and like, oh, I can't draw, whatever. It's like, no, just keep going, just go, just do it. You'll make it. You'll be even better than me probably. I don't know. I just want to like, I'm more so not like inspired by people, more so just inspired by their work that like makes me feel motivated to do more stuff to motivate other people, which in turn motivates me and inspires me to do more, which is kind of an endless loop. And
Mhm.
and every now and then I pick up things from other people, in which
Oh yeah.
that means I don't exactly have a specific inspiration. I just have a lot of it that I can't exactly pinpoint who.
Oh, okay. So it's
All right.
like subconscious
Yeah,
inspiration,
yeah.
sort of. Yeah, that's fun.
All right. So Jumbo, what's your favorite like art piece you've ever made? Or like, if you had to pick one,
Art
you have to
piece.
pick one, or you explode on the spot.
No, wait. Hold on, wait. My friend, 1 second, 1 second, my friend. Hold on, my friend. Wait, don't do it. Don't do it, my friend, don't do it. Don't do it. Um, okay, so you know Arcane, right? Um,
Yeah, of
Oh
course I know
yes,
Arcane.
yes.
Absolutely.
Season 2 is
Fuck yeah.
coming out, obviously.
Yes.
November,
I'm
let's
so
go.
excited for that, dude.
Jinx isn't exactly like a whole art piece, but it's, as of right now, one of my most like favorite like things I've drawn.
I think I've seen it.
Yes, you've
Yeah,
definitely
I've definitely
seen
seen it.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yes.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
This one.
I love the rendering
Oh
with
my
Yeah,
like
I
the
love
fun
the way
little
I did the
graffiti
shading and
effects.
all that stuff. Yeah.
I can kind of see how that piece kind of influenced your future work.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with the shading and all that stuff. Like I can't exactly point because you can't see my fingers and all that stuff. But on like the very front of her hair, you kind of see like blobs of color instead of like streaks of color. And there is streaks of color, like lines, but there's like like splashes every now and then. It's like very messy, is what I'm saying, and it makes it look
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly a finished piece,
It's
but
like organized chaos, and I
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
The
It's
the arcane art style is so
it's
good.
so good, yeah. It's not exactly like a finished piece of art, So I'm gonna put one that is finished that I'm actually pretty proud of, and it's one of One Shot Mania, the FNF mod. I'm quite proud
Oh
of it,
my.
but it is kind of
Yeah,
messy,
that one.
and I feel like I could have made the composition a bit better. But Among Us, I'd say right now that's like my latest piece thingy because I don't really, because as of right now I don't really draw like full on things like that as much as I used to, but I am looking to get back into it. So yeah, as of right now, that's my most proud of thingamajig. Yeah.
And with that question comes the other one you dread. What is your least favorite?
Um. Hmm.
Just like one of the your worst pieces ever that you wish you could burn in absolute fire.
I'm gonna have to go back. I think this is the closest it'll get to being like, what the hell is that? And it's like an Enderman. I tried to draw like a kind of coolio looking Enderman, but it did not turn out well. It looks really bad, but at the time, I thought it was pretty cool. The border is absolutely horrendous,
Bro is slendy.
but yeah, I think this is like my worst ever, but also not like I'm like burn it, you know. I'm mostly
Yeah,
proud of the
no,
stuff I've
like
made.
even even if this is like your worst, I think it's still like really
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, this
it's
was
probably
made in
still better than what I could do.
this was made in 2020, 2021. Oh wait. Actually, I think I deleted it. Okay. There was one. I think there was one that I just like I think I didn't like it so much I deleted it. But it was like a boyfriend thingy. Boyfriend fucking broken. Oh my god. We lost another 10,000 viewers.
We
No.
lost all of them. They're all
No
gone.
one's
We have
watching now.
negative viewers.
Five Nights Funkin'.
Oh my god. Five
Turn out
farts
the
at
radio. We'll never have any viewers. We're
fucking.
in the negatives again.
Yeah. But I can't unfortunately can't show it because it's in the bin.
What would you say are your long-term goals?
Long-term goals. Oh boy. For me personally, obviously I mentioned this before, I want to get into music.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I really want to get into music, and by the end of the year, I want to be able to confidently make a solo Fred Night Funkin' mod, or maybe just an album or like an OST, 3 songs. Like, like I don't expect me to be able to make it like super quickly, like like I can do with art and stuff like that, because I can make sketches and all that stuff pretty fast. Um, because I just had like a not exactly a routine, but it's like I just kind of have like a mental idea of how I structure my art. I don't document it or whatever. I don't like say, oh, I have to do this, then this and this and this. I kind of just do it. Sometimes it's all over the place, but it always ends up where it needs to be. And I want to get to that point with music, but I don't think I can get there in a year. But I do believe I can get there at one point, and that's one of my main long-term goals is to be able to do the thing that I do with art with music instead.
For
And
sure. Yes.
yeah, as of right now, I haven't started because I don't have a license to Ableton, and I don't really want to try anything else because I actually really liked Ableton when I had it for 30 days, even though I used only like even though I used it for like 10 days only, and then the 30 days is gone. I didn't go anywhere else with that, but yeah, that's for music. That's where I want to go with right now, just like a whole bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
trial and error. I know it's gonna be kind of hard. Oh my God, why does this always happen? I almost fell off my chair.
Whoa. It's
Oh my
crazy.
that's
God.
that's pretty Among Us.
Oh my God, that's so Among
Shut the
Us.
fuck up. Shut up.
Really, that's kind of sus of you. Not gonna lie. Like,
Oh my
Bro,
God, that's
there's
quite
no way.
let's vote him
suspicious.
out. Let's vote him out right now.
Oh my God, get him out of here. Get him out of here, coach.
Bro, that's a lethal company reference.
Are we leaving that in?
I don't know. This cut mid-sentence or
What's
something.
it?
I don't know.
But yeah, what would you say you like most about the art process?
The art process. Okay. Um, there are a lot of stuff I actually like about the art process. It's surprisingly the sketching part, and that has to tie into like, what I'm like been trying to do with my art recently, and with how I mentioned before that sometimes your sketch looks better than the actual line art when you finish it, and I think that's partly why I really like it is because it's very experimental. You know, you can do whatever you want, You're just testing out a whole bunch of random things. You don't really know what you're doing unless you do, in which I actually do know what I'm doing because I have a goal which I want to achieve, which is to sketch something. But I honestly really like that part because it's just so free. Like at that point, you're kind of just sketching. You're just imagining like, oh yeah, it could look like this. Because at that point, you're not too invested into the point where it's like, oh, I have to finish it. And so if it's bad, you can kind of just throw it in the bin, forget about it, and then just move on. But with like sketches like that look really good and you're really excited about, you can like pinpoint specific things, want to change things. And with my art style that's been like developing recently, I honestly see it as the line art itself, in which the line art and sketch kind of just merge together. And so, yeah, I think that's why I really like the sketching phase or like thing or liner. Honestly, I don't know. They're kind of the same thing now for me.
Oh yeah. Um, Piggybacking off of that, what would you say you like least about the process?
Least, haha. Why, hiya, hiya,
Oh,
hiya. I am a himi, hima, hiya, ha.
okay,
Um,
man.
what do I like the least? Because there are a lot of things I like about just art in general. You can be very expressive in your stuff, and you can go like anywhere with your art. And it's really cool. That's why I really like doing art in the first place, honestly. But I think what I hate the most about like the art process and whatnot is figuring out specifically what to draw and how you're gonna start it. Because with ideas for me, unless I have a specific goal, like for example the versus Jumi thing that I'm gonna do myself with curbs, um, I have a very specific envision. I want to like create, a very street style, cassette girl. Unfortunately, what happened to all that stuff. I want to like create a mod like that, super chill, super nice, and it's just like a happy time. Only one song, maybe three if you get there. If I don't think we are, but like, just they're the vibe. Just make it very like sketchy and all that stuff. I have a very clear envision of what it's supposed to be. I even have like a kind of idea of how I want to transform that into this what I'm making. But like when it comes to like other things, like for example, let's say I'm drawing Invincible, which Invincible is freaking awesome. You guys should watch it if you haven't watched it before. It's on Amazon Prime. I don't think you think you need to pay for that, but when it comes to things like that, where it's not like a specific like there are art of it and stuff like that, but with that, it's like with art like that, because there's not a specific format like a Friday Night Funkin', player one, player two is on the left, player one's on the right, girlfriend in the middle, or what like that, different perspectives,
Mhm.
always the same layout with the drawing, things like that. It's like I don't know exactly how to like, do my composition proportions, stuff like that. It's why I mentioned before in the One Shot Mania thing I drew that I didn't like the composition. And that's the main thing I don't like about like the art process is kind of just figuring out how I'm gonna draw everything and then where I'm gonna start it. Because I could start with the head, I could start with the background, I could start with the body, the sketch to the sketch of a sketch. But I don't know. It's just the most tedious part. That's less fun because everything in art is tedious and time consuming, but it gets more fun as you go
Mhm.
along.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think I agree with you there. Definitely, like the just knowing where to start is the issue for me.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you're just looking at a blank page and you just
Yeah.
have no idea what to do with it. Sometimes I'll like be staring at the same thing for like an hour or so, and it's just like I got 3 lines, baby.
Let's go! But yeah, I was about to say that unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to revisit that with music. I've heard that a lot from you, Radio, and Curbs, that you're gonna have a lot of times
Yeah.
where you're just looking at the thing and you're like, what the hell am I gonna make today? Especially for me, because I don't, I don't have a whole list of drum kits, instruments, and all that stuff, a whole
Mhm.
idea, a whole
I mean,
grasp of how to start
I mean,
things. So I'm gonna have a rough time, but I'll get through
I
it. I'll
mean
get through it.
to be real with you, I don't either.
Really?
Like I use um I don't know if you've heard of beatbox.
Oh,
B
like
E
boom
E
boom cat, boom boom
box.
cat.
No, 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 no. It's this. I don't know. It's this online thing, Beatbox, and I use a mod of it called Jumbox,
Oh my god.
and it's
No
like
way, like
online
Jumbo.
based and chiptune based and FM synth based. It doesn't have all the fancy VST shit,
Hmm.
but I think I think it breeds creativity, right?
Because of
Because like
limitations and so,
because
yeah.
of the limitations. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
remember
fun.
seeing something about that as well. Like with art, like if you limit yourself, you can probably like get really creative looking things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
Skibbity bop bop bop. Yes, yes.
No.
We're leaving it in. We're leaving it in.
Let's go. Yeah, baby.
What are some of the biggest hurdles you've had to overcome?
Biggest hurdles. Harm. Ha.
Hmm.
Ha.
Bro, turn into a villager.
Ha.
My guy's like scratching his chin beard here.
Yes.
Real chin scratcher.
I think the biggest hurdle for me was, I honestly think it's just time management, in which I'm still dealing
Yes.
with that.
Mm.
And it doesn't even have to do with like art or anything. It's just me. Like
Oh yeah.
because it's about me, it also ties into my art, which affects it as well and stuff. And so it's like there's so many things I want to do and so many things I actually end up trying to do, but I don't, schedule them in proper ways or whatever, and so it
Mhm.
kind of gets a little over the place. Like I have something to do in that's due in like 2 days, and which I haven't started. Um, uh, I totally don't have like another art piece for something important that's due like on Monday. I totally don't have a mod that's due like next month. Uh,
I
yeah,
feel you there.
yeah. Yeah, you guys can clearly tell, I want to do a lot of things, but it's like it's so all over the place, and so it's like it's something I'm still dealing with, and I've been trying to like schedule things, even if it's not a lot. I'll get into the habit of like doing specific things at these specific times, and then getting more done overall instead of like just nothing.
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's my biggest hurdle, just
Oh yeah.
managing things.
Time management is definitely a big one for me too.
Yeah.
Um, less within like my art and creative stuff, but more just like everyday life, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like I used to be really shit with time management when it came to school.
Ironically, used to be really good with it until the pandemic.
Oh,
Which is
Yeah,
why
see,
I really
that's
on it.
where,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
that
really messed
murdered
me up
me.
because at the time I was like, oh, wait a minute, I can just do it the last second, and even then I can just just submit it afterwards. Oh, I'm fine, and that kind of ruined my like level of,
Mhm.
oh, this is important. I need to do this over this. And because especially
Yeah.
because I could like play and watch YouTube while I'm in school, like why would I want to
Mhm.
go in school when I can just watch YouTube the whole time? I would prioritize that over, let's say, the lesson that's happening, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I was in person, which, when you're in person you can't really do much, and when you're in like the lower grades you can't bring your phone or anything like that, no music, so you have to focus. And over time when I was younger, I gained that, like, oh, do this, then have fun. But now it's have fun. Oh wait, no, I need to do this. I'll just push that aside. I'll do this whatever. It's just all over the place. Yeah, yeah.
Priorities, yeah, priorities
Priorities,
are a big one,
yes.
and a big one that I feel like screwed up for a lot of people during the pandemic,
Yeah.
right?
Like me, that's me.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
all screw ups.
Yay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely get that though. Yeah, I guess what is a project you're most proud of that you've released so far?
That I've released. Okay.
Yes.
Um, that I've released so far, it's not necessarily a project because I haven't released any projects yet. Well, actually,
Well, okay, we
not
can.
like not exactly like release. And well, mm, I guess I could consider my reskins, my bigger reskins projects. If we're considering that, it's definitely my last
Oh yeah.
determined one. I'm so proud of like
Oh
that,
yeah.
especially with
Oh
the
yeah, it looked
like the
really cool.
animation, like the mid song animation where San says I was when I was doing it, I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this? Because I use Clip Studio Paint, in which you need
Mhm.
to pay over like either $100 or $200 just to animate more than 24 frames, and it's like,
Bro.
what the hell? And so I was like, how am I gonna get over this? I need to like not time my frames perfectly in the software and then time it outside of it, And so it's like, how am I gonna do this? And so when I actually did it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Oh, I'm so proud of this. And I had to do a lot of sprites, and it turned out really nice in the end. Unfortunately, it was a little bit laggy, in which I found my counter to that, which is drawing on lower scale canvases, and now using vector layers, which I never used before, which is really dumb because
Whoa.
not saying that if you don't use vector layers is dumb. It's just that for me it was dumb because it doesn't decrease the quality, and I just didn't understand it well. Because before, I would erase lines, it would delete entire lines, it wouldn't like do the lines I wanted properly. It was like, what the hell is this? And now I can do them properly because I took the time to like look into it and figure out like configurations and preferences. I was like, oh, wait, I can do that. Oh, okay, I'm done. And so
So
yeah,
this may
Last
sound like
Determined
a
one is my favorite, my most favorite
yeah.
like project release ever.
It's really cool. Like
Mhm.
it paid off for sure.
Yeah.
Um, this might be sound like a stupid question for coming from an artist, but like I'm mainly physical pen and paper shit, so bear with me. But what is a vector layer?
Oh, okay. So a vector layer. Okay. So there are two types of layers in uh art, I suppose. It exists everywhere. But it's most prevalent in like art and like graphic design and whatnot. Raster layers, I believe, are more because like I don't have like a specific definition of it. Because I know what they
Oh,
do, but like I don't have
wait.
like a defined
I think
definition. Huh?
I think I get it now because you said raster layer.
Yeah.
Um, vector layers are scalable, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, raster layers, they're kind of like, pixels, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know how in like
Yeah.
in a canvas you can go like 1920 by 1080p,
Hmm.
whatever. Raster layers will like depending on how big the canvas is, which is how much pixels there are, I believe, I think. Um, it'll draw like that's like that amount that it's like in or whatever. So it's like if it's not drawn if it's drawn in there and you try and move it somewhere else or like scale it up or scale it back down, it'll try to change itself to whichever size you're trying to like change it. And if it's on a different like for example, if you're on like a 1080p canvas, if you scale it down, it'll look fine. If you scale it up, it'll look kind of blurry a little bit, but it'll look fine. But if you're on like a 4K canvas, you scale it down to 1080, it's gonna look really blurry. Or if it's like a
Mm.
1080, you scale it up to 4K, it's gonna look really blurry. But with vector layers, it's computer generated, I believe, where
Yeah.
it's like I think it's either coded in or whatever, but it's like it's basically so you can just scale it up and down, whatever, any size, whatever, any canvas, anything. It'll always
Hmm.
retain its specific like quality,
Hmm.
and it won't it
Mm.
Yeah.
won't, it won't
Okay.
divert from that, which
Yeah.
makes
Okay.
it
That
easier to
makes sense.
Yeah.
animate. So say when you're doing
Yeah.
squash and stretch, and
Yeah.
which you have to transform things, and that really hurts raster layers because I'm not even supposed to do
Yeah.
that. And so when you do it with vector layers, it helps it because it doesn't change its quality. Yeah.
So the way I like to think of it is basically with raster layers, pixels are like little squares of information. So when you like make them wider, they're still gonna be those squares and they're
Yeah.
gonna look really blurry. But with the vector layers, they work with math. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's almost like graphing something. Because when you scale it up, that's just like increasing the
Yeah. Yeah.
what do I
It,
call
it's
it?
it's like
Just like the slope.
like
Is
a
that
weird like a,
no,
like
not
a,
the
like a
slope.
like a weird
It'll still have the same curve, so it won't
yeah, I was gonna,
blur.
I was gonna use that like a slope, for example. Like if you're having like whatever, like you have your formula or whatever. If you add like an extra like I don't know 3, like whatever, it won't change the way it'll like let's say like it looks, but it'll add to it or like it won't.
Yeah, like
What's the
it'll
word?
adjust those
Yeah, it'll just
squares so
adjust
that it
it.
doesn't like, it doesn't just make the squares bigger, it actually just like
Yeah.
adds more of the same size square, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yes. See, I don't have to. I don't have to deal with that stuff on a sketchbook. So.
What, you
Among
don't
Us.
scale up your pencil?
No,
You
man.
don't
I
make your
don't.
page bigger?
You don't use a shrink ray?
Everyone has those.
You don't have one, Radio?
At the Despicable Me reference there.
True. Radio, you look like you're going to steal the moon.
I do not look like GRU, bro. Ain't no way. We are going to steal the moon.
The moon!
It's been so long since I've watched the movies.
Oh my god, yes. It is
Yes.
Me either.
Forever.
I could have sworn there was like a announcement of like Despicable Me 4.
Yes! Despicable Me 4 is coming out this year. I really hope it's better than the third one. The third one was
Yeah, I hope
dick.
so too.
I don't really remember the third one too much, which probably
Bro,
tells
it's
about
so
like if it
it's
wasn't
so
that good or not.
forgettable.
Yeah.
It's so forgettable, but his brother has got to be the worst character in fiction. I hate him so
bad.
much.
Every single
So
time
annoying.
you talk about him, freaking Rito put like a picture of him and then the vine boom and it just zooms closer and closer
Dude,
and
Drew-
closer.
Yes.
Dude, GRU is he's the character ever, dude. I will cry. No, but I love the first one a lot. Like, really good movie.
Mhm.
Even to this day, I think like just a classic, and I love it.
Yeah.
The second one is okay. It's better than the third one. I can say that, but like it doesn't. I don't know. For me, it doesn't like. It's not better than the first one for me. I don't know. It's weird, but like I liked it, just not as much, I guess.
Mhm.
Alright, so to bring us back into the interview, Jumbo, how did you pick your name?
My name. Okay. So it has to do with my real name, obviously. That of which you're just gonna have to find out. Because you can find out. But
No way, your name was Jumbotron 3000? That is so cool.
yes,
Bro.
it was me.
Ain't no
Yeah.
way. That's another Despicable Me reference. That is.
Okay, but it has to do with my real
Jumbotron.
name, and I will say that it starts with a J.
That's crazy.
Crazy, actually crazy. But Jumbo or Desiko?
Yes.
Okay, starting with Desiko. I'll just go over both. Starting with Desiko because it's more interesting. But at the time when I was figuring out YouTube names or whatever, I was trying to think of like really cool, well, short, but like, oh, I recognize that dude. His names, like I remember when I first posted the Void thing, I went by Astero. It was freaking dumb, and
The name of all time!
and ironically,
Astero.
ironically, it was made up by the first song in the Void Week, which is Asteroids.
Ain't no way.
I just removed the IDS. I was like, that's good enough.
Bro removed its ID.
I claimed it as my own. But that was my first name with the channel that I have right now. Before that, I'd have like a whole bunch of mixed up names. I'd even go on like this thing called Spin XO or whatever, and I would search up spin like random names or whatever. I would take the most interesting like words and then put them in like a list and kind of just mash them together until I get something. That never happened. I always ended up with ones I didn't really like, I wasn't too sure of. It was like, whatever. And then there was this time where I was watching this YouTuber. His name was like Desicate, I believe. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen anything related to him, but I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going. Desicate. And so I was like, that sounds really cool. And at the time, there was another friend that I had, and his name was like Daco, which is like, well, not his name, but it's like his username was like DAW, no DAKO or something. And I was like, that sounds kind of cool as well. And so I was like, what if I just Desicate, Daco, Desico. I don't know, that sounds kind of cool. Desico, we're gonna go with that. And then boom, that's how I got my name for my channel, Among Us.
Let's go.
Yeah, and then for Jumbo, I can't lie, I kind of just thought it was cool. That was it, really.
Fair
I was
enough,
like,
fair
you know
enough.
what, Jumbo
I
sounds
mean-
kind of creative. Not really, not at all. Actually, whatever. I'm just gonna use it anyways.
Where did Georb come from?
Jorb, okay,
Georb.
real name, and that's about it.
For real.
It came from my real name.
I do know this story, so it's not a
Yes.
shock to me, but
Not of which, once again, you're gonna have to find out. Because
Next time on Dragon Ball Z!
Dragging your balls.
What? Whoa! Whoa, this is a family-friendly podcast,
Hi,
sir.
family friendlies.
I cannot believe you fucking said that, dude.
No swearing, man.
No swearing, man. Watch your fucking mouth.
True.
But yeah, that's all I give my two names.
Oh yeah.
Three, apparently.
3. So you mentioned you sort of got started by copying your brother.
hmm
So is your brother an artist?
He was, and the couple times that I remember him trying, he was really good. Uh, it seems that me and my brother have a knack for just being talented at a lot of things. He's an artist, but he doesn't draw anymore. I know he can though. He just doesn't do it anymore. He is an artist though, but not with the pencil and papery, but with the bring 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 the instrumentals.
Oh,
He's
he's a
a musician.
musician.
Yeah, he's a musician. He
Okay.
plays a guitar. He has an acoustic and electric one. He also plays piano. And I remember hearing all the time in like behind the walls him playing the Demon Slayer opening. He was gonna do that for a talent show. I remember in grade 6, I remember there was a every single year we'd have like a talent show and at my school, and I remember hearing my brother's name being called up to play a song that everyone knew. I can't remember what it was, but I think it was like I think it was Sweet Home Alabama. I think it was the
Oh
name.
my god.
Hey, no way.
Yeah, it was so it was I know it was that song, but like it was so hype. I was like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah!
Yeah,
That's
cousins.
my, that's my
Cousins?
brother up there. Yeah.
Cousins.
my brother. But yeah, he's a musician, and honestly, I look up to him in terms of like music type stuff.
It's so funny that they had them that they had them play like Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, no, it was a song they chose, like his friends and him.
That's
He was on the guitar.
that's so
His friends
funny.
were on like the uh on the drums and stuff. One of them sang, and I'm so glad everyone else sang with them because I could have. It would have been so awkward if they didn't. But everyone was like, "Sweet Home
Oh,
Alabama."
Alabama.
It was so fun. Honestly, I kind of
That's another
wish.
Despicable Me reference. Though.
So true. But
Are we minions? Like, let's be real, are we?
probably.
Are
Yeah.
we?
Okay, so do you like bananas? That's the question.
I like bananas.
That's good.
Banan.
That's
Oh.
that's the highlight. That's the highlight.
It's the
We don't need
highlight.
anything else.
I mean, this is a okay. Anyway, what are some of the projects you are looking to come out soon?
First of all, versus Juhin, obviously.
Ooh,
You know, with
yes,
the amazing Juhin, Lopil,
yes.
uh Kerberman, Davey,
Kerberman.
and then no offense, but this other guy, I don't know his name. Um he kind of changes it every now and then. And then yeah, that's it. Yeah,
With guy with gun too.
guy with gun, yes, Kitty Bubba, yes. I am that guy.
Stop! Stop doing that. This
Yes.
Keep
interview is
doing it,
over.
Jumbo. Keep
Oh
doing
my
it.
god.
Yeah, but it's going it's going pretty good, honestly.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Skibidi Toilet aired.
Oh my
On
god, I didn't see it, but
Nickelodeon.
from how many people have talked about it, I know it happened.
Yes, it appeared on Nickelodeon, and
Oh
I wanted to
god.
cry when I heard the news.
Skibalodian.
No,
Oh my god.
that is not
I love how we
real.
went from like talking about projects to just skibbity toilet.
Um, yes. My last question for you, sir. Is there any advice you would give to those interested in art?
Before I answer that, I will say that I'm also working on versus Jumi, which I'm actually really excited for because
Oh, that's
I'm really,
right.
I don't know, I
Yes.
really want to do it. I just want to like, oh yeah, I want to really,
True.
I just want to create something of my own, even though it's with curbs.
Oh
I will
yes.
update it maybe to a full week on my own this
Ooh,
time, maybe, possibly,
nice.
potentially. But to those that want to start art, I will tell you that one, this applies to a lot of things, but it's okay to copy to an extent in which you will use it to elevate your skill in terms of like anatomy, coloring, shading, composition, and all that stuff. And also to just nev to just keep going. With art, it's a lot like music. If you've learned music or anything like that, honestly, it's like with writing as well. You kind of just have to
Oh.
do it, you know?
Mhm.
You kind of have to do it. You need to look at people's like work, see what they do best, that you like a lot, try and implement it yourself. And even though it may be like, how the hell do I do that? That's the thing. You just do it. There's no way to explain it. You can't explain,
Mhm.
oh, you need to do
Mhm.
this, this, this. No, 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 no. With art, there is literally no way to do anything except like what coloring, shading. But that's very
Mhm.
specific things because
Mhm.
you can create your own type of palette for your art. It's all yours, so you can't really rely on anybody to like
Mhm.
show you how to do things. Like nobody in art, no one can hold your hand. You can take art lessons, you can take art classes, but that'll only get you so far in terms of like loving to do art. Learning to do art and loving to do art are two different things, and they can be intertwined with each other, but they can be two separate things. Like for me, I love art, but I can't lie, I don't really like my art class because like I just kind of I don't know. Because with art, sometimes it's motivation driven, idea driven, and sometimes when you're forced to do things, you can't get it out, and
Oh
so it's like
yes.
work at your own pace and don't compare yourself to anyone yet at the very beginning. But what I mean by that is at some point you should compare yourself, but not in the way that oh they're so much better than me, but more like okay, they're freaking amazing. How can I get there? What do they do? I need dancers. Tell me your secrets right now. You basically just observe and learn and also just to associate yourself with people that are either learning or have learned, that are also not peepee butts, that are not mean, that are not oh you suck, but more like oh you you keep going, you're doing great, you know?
Mhm.
To always just keep it going. It doesn't matter like what you're doing, just draw. A good example of this is PewDiePie actually. Um, recently, it sounds
Sorry.
kind of funny, but recently he
No, I
actually
saw.
learned how
I've
to
seen it.
draw. Yeah, he learned how to
Mhm.
draw, and it was actually really kind of inspiring. It was like I remember he showed his like really bad art. I was like, what the hell is that? And then they started like drawing more and more. Of course, he used references and stuff like that. But that's how I do my stuff too. You need to like use references to envision things, and if you don't want to use them, well, you just have to, do it. You just have to draw. That's kind of all there is to drawing. You just do it, and you learn along the way. I've been doing this for 13 years. It's taken me 10 years to even get remotely good, in which the 3 years, because of that point, because I had a foundation, like I knew what I was doing, I was able to just grow at that point. Yeah, it's
For
to where I
sure.
am right now.
I guess what I'm gathering from it is like, I guess there's no real right way,
Yeah, there's no
right?
set in stone path to do
Mhm.
art. It even applies to music and writing. Sure, you can get like with writing, there are specifics, like you need to know your grammars, your hyperboles,
Mhm.
your similes, your whatever. I can't lie, I don't know any of those.
Did you just say hyperbole? I'm sorry.
Hyperbole. Ain't no
Hyperboles.
way.
It's hyperbole.
Okay. Okay.
This egg
Um.
is bad, but it's sticky together.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same thing with art and like music, where it's like there's not exactly a set in stone path to do it. There are a lot of ways to help you, especially with music and writing. There are a lot more like intricate ways, because like with music and stuff like that, there are a lot of like uh uh what's it like sheets of notes you follow and stuff like that. There's a lot of like tutorials on how to do like certain like techniques in songs, but it's mainly just up to you how you like use it to create songs. I'm just speaking from assumptions because I
Oh yeah.
can't
Yeah.
music right now, but I feel like it's pretty close to that. And the same thing
No,
with
yeah.
writing.
I think basically what you're saying is, like, people can give you the basic knowledge you need, but it's up to you to
Yeah.
apply it. Is there anything else you would like to say to the people watching?
To all the 10,000 people that are clearly still watching this, make sure to get this video to 1,000,000 likes. If Radio Reyes does not get to 1,000, 10,000, or 100,000 subscribers in the next minute, I'm gonna kill somebody. So
Oh,
please make
no!
sure you do
True. No. He's got a point.
yeah, someone is gonna die if he doesn't get there. So, do that. Make sure you save a life.
Yeah, Jumbo's gonna
One
get me.
subscriber.
He's gonna kill me.
One subscriber
One
equals
like.
one steal.
1 like equals one life for me.
Yeah. Don't forget
My life is in danger. Guy with gun is at my house.
Guy
right
with gun
now.
is gonna get you. Yeah, I'm gonna send him after you. Yeah. Don't forget to check out Hypa, even though you don't have. Well, you do have a.
I
you do-
have
you
a
do-
Twitter I kinda use.
You do have a Twitter. Yeah, you do have a Twitter. Yeah.
I am hoping to do more with my channel soon. I haven't been working on much other than, like, little things here and there, like album covers.
Which is still hype. So check it out.
There will
when
be
it comes
3 of
out.
those this month. There will be
Ooh,
3 of those this
ooh,
month.
guys.
Or
ooh.
one might say it could be still hyper.
Oh,
Hypabolic.
Hypabolic.
Go.
Yeah, and I guess check me out, if you want to.
Yeah, check him out.
Yeah, he has
Check
a
out
lot of
Desiko,
really cool
dude.
stuff.
And check out his second channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Ikodas.
can find more.
It sounds like it's meant to be Japanese, but it's not spelled correctly, and I
find
think
more
that's
of
really
me.
funny.
Specifically more of me as a person, just playing games, having fun with people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like with the new Lethal Company video.
Yeah, it's freaking epic.
It's gonna be awesome.
But yes, this has been Turn Up the Radio. I'm
Turn up the radio.
Yes.
Thank you,
I'm
Jumbo.
RadioRayes, joined by my lovely co-host Hypabolic and
I exist!
and the lovely Desiko or
That's
Jumbo.
me.
We hope you enjoyed, and next month. This has been something I've been teasing a little bit to a couple of friends for a while now, and I just
Also known
wanna
as
say-
gaslighting!
Yes, but I just want to apologize to those friends. I lied to you all. Next month,
Drum
we are
roll,
interviewing
please.
Longest solo ever, aka Dean DeMarzo.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
Really fun. I'm
They got the
excited.
guitar man!
Let's
Yes.
go!
Super
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, so,
we're
I'm very sorry to all the friends. And actually, no, I'm absolutely not sorry.
no,
Sorry, not
sorry, yeah. But yes, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Deuces.
Tuning out.
Subscribe.
Well, there is one more thing. Hello, you lovely people. Welcome to Turn Up the Radio. I'm RadioRayes, joined by my lovely co-hosts Hypabolic and Desiko.
Hello.
Hello!
And today we're joined by longest solo ever, aka Dean DeMarzo. Tell us about yourself, sir.